going on YouTube? Prodigal here. Yes, the same prodigal that rides the motorcycle, the same prodigal that has the fitness channel, the same prodigal that now has the 3DR solo channel also. Yeah, that's a cheap promotion. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to not bore you guys too much. I'm going to go ahead and do an upgrade on the 3DR solo. I haven't flown this yet, but I have noticed that getting a lock on satellites it's kind of slow. It takes at least 3-4 minutes, and sometimes you just want to fly. So I kept hearing that the founder of 3DR Robotics is now doing M Robotics, and he's doing GPS chips. So I'm going to upgrade the chip. I also bought this from 3DR, the Shield. Yes, a lot of people are just putting cardboard. Hey, whatever floats your boat, it's no problem. You fix your things the way you want to. I prefer going the legit route. Not that it means anything, because sometimes the legit route is the wrong way to go. It's cheaper to do it your way. Obviously, there's a brand new solo. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to remove this. Everybody keeps saying that it's easy. I don't see it's easy because I have a very thick screwdriver. So let me just go ahead and get a thin one. If you hear any kids in the background, it's the neighbors outside playing basketball. Now, a lot of people kept saying that you could just squeeze this and it'll pop off. A lot of people are saying that you could just snap that off. I don't know. Not sure. Bear with me. I, of course, cannot find my screwdriver. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, I normally don't like using metal to plastic, but I don't think I have a choice here. I'm going to get the widest, thinnest screwdriver here. And let's see what happens. I'm supposed to remove this shield. One. Go slow, whatever you do, just go slow. When it comes to plastic, because once it snaps, you're screwed. Let's just pull it out if we can. That's loose. I could be holding it back. I do not feel comfortable doing this, but hey, it came out. Okay. Alright, it does take some effort for you to do it. It's supposed to slide out, but it wasn't sliding. I don't know if it's because I don't have a grip on this. Not sure, but we'll figure it out. Obviously you can see the copper in there. That's the old shield. It seems like I may have the upgraded GPS, but let's see. Alright, you got to remove the screws. There's only 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the battery compartment and 3 on the GPS shroud. Again, take your time. You're not in any rush. Let me remove this. This is always a pain. try to keep the screws together if you can. And forgive me, I am a tech, so most of my talking is just going to be gibberish, because when you're a tech and you're fixing something, you're just concentrating on fixing it and not breaking it. The screws are kind of snug, but they will come out if you have patience. Just a little bit of pressure, that's all you need. Ah, look at that. That's 3. See if the magnet works. If it doesn't, it's no biggie. You just take out the tray carefully. There's no systemic way to remove screws. I'm just curious if they're all the same length. If they are, then score. If they're not, then try to separate them. Don't give yourself the headache. My fingers are way too fat. I'm going to attempt to flip it over and see if the screws pop out. Oh, I got 2. And score, they are the same size. So you don't have to really be too cautious about keeping them separated. Now, however, when you are removing this, there's still a cable connected to the GPS. Don't just yank it out. Let's see, come on. This guy's being a stinker. Went into the other hole, and I got that on film. Isn't that cool? Everybody kept saying that it's 5 minutes. It's not 5 minutes. Especially if you're taking your time. Which you should. So, obviously when you're removing the case, try not to hit the leads. Just for damage's sake. That's all. I've seen a lot of people pull it from the main system board. I prefer not to do that. There goes the gimbal control. I do prefer to just pinch it, because most connectors have a little tab there. Try to pinch it if you could reach it, and pull it out gently. Don't be an ape about it. It should come right out without any issue whatsoever. Alright, so you don't need your solo right now, because all you're going to do is concentrate on this part. That's all you're going to concentrate on. So lift your solo and say goodbye to solo for now. Okie dokie. Let's remove these 2 small screws. This is obviously the shield, the copper shield that everybody has been complaining about. If you don't have a grip, by all means. Everything's slow and tedious. Just drop them. Put them to the side. Hopefully you don't kick the workbench or wherever you're working at. Now, if it's difficult for you to reach that, just push your fingers on one side. I mean, this is what I would do. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this. I haven't done this on practice. It comes right off without any issue, and it seems like this is the updated one. Let me just make sure that's, hold on 1 second. have B? Yes, this is version B. This is supposed to be the better GPS. But the better GPS, when I was outside, wouldn't go past 10. In fact, not even 9. It would stay solid at 8 once it got connected. But it took, again, 3, 4, sometimes 5 minutes. You know what? Before I remove the screws, I'm going to go ahead and take out the GPS from M8N. It's like 75 bucks. M8N Robotics, I guess that's what it stands for. Most likely what I'll do is I'll put this sticker on, but not here, on the actual vehicle. And this is the little GPS module. See if they're nice to me and just put a little piece of tape. Yes, they did. Thank you. There's only one way to put this on, so don't be a dum-dum. It's smaller. I do not like placing electronics on the table until I'm ready to use it, but I wanted to make sure that it was going to be the right fit. 22 screws. You can't mess this up. You cannot mess this up. This is the new MR08. Leave it there. Now, since these screws are the same that you took off for the shell, you can put those together. The other 2 screws, I'm going to go ahead and put it to the side because that's for the shield. Nice and slow, people. 1, 2, and they happen to be the same size. Pops right out. Alright, so again, this is the 3DR version B, or EVB. Hopefully you can focus on that. Out with the old, in with the new. But I'm placing the old on top of that because you just never know. It may not work, and you may have to put that one back. Just in case that shit was there, so okay. Take one screw. Let's see what they mean about having the screwdriver magnetized. Sometimes you just don't have a darn magnet next to you. Meanwhile, you're playing with these magnets all day. Just do your best. It does have a little ledge here for you to put it on. There we go. Put that one screw in. When you start threading the screw, don't just ram it in there and start screwing. You don't want to mess up the threads. If for some reason you drop it in and it falls out of place, big deal. Just flip it over. They are tiny though. Try to line it up as best as you can. Haha. This is the reason why I'm recording this from scratch, or excuse me, from start. So I want to show you guys that, yeah, you may have some issues. That screw started without a problem. You don't have to wrench it in. The screws go right in. This may be boring some people, but for some beginners who have never dealt with electronics, just trying to be considerate. It's only 4 screws. That's all you got to remember. It's only 4 screws. Anyone can turn a screw. Now, I know that I put this in without putting on the shield. I just want to see if I really need to put this over the shield. Yep, I do. It's asking me to. Okay, no biggie. That's still in place. Since it already has the perforations, go ahead and bend it while you have it in the plastic piece. Little plastic sticker. Just going to make it easier for you to put on. Measure it, make sure it's the right one. Okay, and peel this junk off. Oh, I forgot the little tab. Try to lift it up and flip it up. Now, this is pretty durable. You don't have to be so dainty. I mean, it is paper, but it's nothing like detrimental. Should slide right in place. And if it doesn't, just do some adjusting. That's all you gotta do. Try to line it up with the holes as best as possible. If it doesn't line up, try again. I'm trying to cheat and trying to get the first hole. For some reason it doesn't want to really go there, but it's okay, man. This is the fun part about being a tech. Crap don't work sometimes. I'm trying to seat it all the way in. Obviously I can't. So I'm just going to seat it right over the holes and then stick it as best as possible to the wall. That should be okay. I was wondering why people were kind of bopping around in this area. Why can't they get, you know, that connector in? It's because it's a snug fit. It's It's not perfect. And the holes aren't aligned. I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to that. Let me just try to find it. Haha, okay. Alright, we're in business. Oh, actually, let's see if the screws go in. That's one. Since I can't really see that hole, I'm going to put this one first. This is the one that worries me. Yep, it finds it without a problem. Alright, now that you have the screws in, you already put the GPS in. Try to make it as clean as possible against the wall. Let's bring solar back in. But before you do, take your old chip, put that junk back in the protective case. So you never know. You may end up buying another solar later on, because either one, you messed this one up, or two, you just may want another vehicle. Hopefully mine is the latter. Clean up your area. The shield, I would recommend that you just, I don't know, you know what, since it's a good copy of what you may need, you may want to keep that. Yeah, go ahead and keep this. This way later on in the future, for some reason this goes awry, you could always make a new one. Alright, nothing in there. Put the shield back in here, the old one. Move this to the side. You're done with that. You can move these jokers to the side. And now get your solo. Make sure the connector is the right. It only goes in one way, okay? There's no way you could put that upside down. Wait until you hear that snap. Sorry, I just like looking at electronic boards. Alright, everything should be in place. Make sure everything's kosher. Just wondering why it's just a little bit snug. Could be because I put something new in. Who knows? Let's just make sure something. I'm checking to see if the shield is preventing it from seating in all the way. I prefer not forcing it in. So just use the same procedure, same patience. Unsnug it, or unclip it, excuse me. Make sure everything's all the way in. Squeeze it all the way down. that went down like 2 or 3 millimeters. See if it makes a difference and how it was feeling for me. Plug it back in. Remember, only one way. Make sure you hear the snap. Be careful with this lead. Dust particles. I have my garage door open. Screw fell. Now I'm putting it back. That's when I become meticulous. I do have a system of putting screws back. I'll show you what I mean in a second. It's just like putting back a tire. You don't start one screw, tighten it all the way, and then start the other screw. You put all screws in until they start gripping, and then you crisscross applesauce, or every other one, whichever way works for you. I just find that it seeds it in better. Screws are pretty funny. They don't want to come out, they don't want to go in. That one went in easy. Okay, let's see. I'm going to start with this middle one here, the third, since the one that's raised the most. This one. You also could do opposite. Now, I'm reminding you, I'm not doing it tight all the way. Alright, now do a check. And what you're looking for is green lights. When you turn solo on.